Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, January 17, 2022. Whether you realize it or not, is a good time to feel that you would be doing the right thing to see how everything has an improvement in your steps, making use of your wisdom. In other words, even though you may have tired of not seeing results quickly, the good energy would return to you, with the sextile between the Sun and Neptune. You would try to get the best of yourself so that everything looks much better comfortable. Get used to being a better thinking person than before. Possibly making risky decisions, but with Capricorn on your side, security would be almost instantaneous, entering good energy, which would undoubtedly be prosperous for you. For a while, you could argue that you have done the right thing and in that sense convince yourself that the stars, such as the new moon, do bode well for you. You would not give up at any time what is incumbent on you. For this, you would have to let everything flow as it should. Today you must demonstrate your powers of adaptability, so prepare for a battle of powerful forces in your world. There will be clashes, and if you are not careful you will find yourself in the middle of a fierce fight. Your cuddly and protective instinct will make you wish everyone is getting along, although this is probably not possible at the moment. Reason them. Someone will help you change your outlook, and thus get out of a dead end. You need to oxygenate yourself, energize your muscles, your body, take the time to go for a walk. It is a day full of energy, will, courage. It is just that the energy does not turn to frenzy, that the will does not turn into stubbornness, and that courage does not turn into recklessness. The day promises to be rich in twists and turns. Indeed, your potential seduction borders on a high level. So take advantage of the situation without being afraid to do too much. Seduce, let yourself be seduced, the stars leave the choice to you. You would understand that there is a lot to do, especially because in less than what you think, you would see how the effort you have made to see that your body becomes your temple could have good results. Today you may feel overflowing with energy and motivation. It could be a great day to organize a game of basketball or tennis with your friends. If you like weight training, you will feel powerful and will be able to lift more weight than usual. This is a good time to connect with the body and be in contact with nature. If your tone is maintained, you are experiencing a few temporary drops in power. Your energy is depleted more easily. You alternate between moments of freshness and dynamism with strokes of slack. The more you exert yourself, the more your fatigue impressively assails you. Eat slow sugars and legumes will allow you to make more constant efforts. Be sure to eat the same amount of food at each meal. If you falter between them, opt for fruit instead. As the days go by, there are good, bad, and stable streaks. On this precise day, you would see a lot from which to feel that positive things are coming. It would be the first time in a long time that you would let the lucky number, being 9, could have a lot of good fortune energy for you. Today you may be overflowing with physical energy, and you may prefer to spend the day visiting your friends. They can offer you some interesting information that you may be able to use to your advantage. You can devise strategies to finally achieve a long-term goal. A stroke of luck may make it possible. Get ready to spend most of the day chatting and making plans. It is a day of important financial transformations because you are putting everything down to envision a new life. Investments are to be expected, but you largely know how to do it, all the more so as very fine advisors know the ropes. Now is the time to consider what's next or rethink your direction. You need to feel confident. Today you can be understood. Talk about your doubts. We will hear you. Someone will help you develop your professional project. Feel renewed. It is a good time so that everything you want to start around love simply has improvement. It is Capricorn who would allow you to see that you have a lot to prosper from, regardless of what you have thought in the past. Today would be a good day. Your family may be concerned about certain disturbing events in the neighborhood. It can be something important, like a few workers making noise in the street, or something minor, like a few days of rain. However, for a short time, your life will be a little more difficult and you will help them cope. In the meantime, try to cheer them up by throwing a party. It always works. If you had an argument with your spouse and you thought you would use the day to pick up the pieces, your plans may be called into question by the proximity of Pluto in your sky. You will thus be subjected to its harmful influence throughout the day, and the situation will not be ideal for resolving the conflict between you. Perhaps prefer to wait for a more favorable climate to try to re-establish the dialogue, because the dispositions of the stars towards you today do not suggest a satisfactory outcome. Without hesitating a second, you have always sent good vibes to the people around you, and the results would be much clearer to you than you felt. You would meet your dreams, expectations, and find peace through the energy of the new moon that made having in mind being a peaceful person. You could have many opportunities outside. Today you will realize that you need to make a certain purchase. Maybe your house or car needs major repairs, or new equipment is essential for your work. This will be very unmotivating, since it will mean spending money that you would rather use for something more exciting. However, think about the benefit that this expense will bring you, and how prudent the decision is. If you don't have the money now, think about saving a little. Fatigue will be your worst enemy when it comes to working. You run the risk of not meeting your deadlines and falling behind. Get moving, stretch your legs as soon as you have the chance. In addition, a few vitamins or food supplements should help keep Morpheus at bay without overwhelming you like coffee. Especially if you are on staggered schedules, you should not neglect your restful sleep. In the end, you will quickly regain your natural liveliness. When an argument breaks out in a group of friends, the fault is always on the person trying to fix the situation. So it's simple, you are the scapegoat for this story. To want to defend too much the widow and the orphan, one always ends up suffering the consequences without having known the cause beforehand. In the future, take a little height on all these vents while remaining as neutral as possible. Things will naturally fit into their respective boxes without you having to meddle in the mess caused.